I'm a veggie. So I think something that's different. Right? So all these things that we can consider, we can probably meet again at this pandemic and say how we can improve what we're doing, how we can make it better, more attractive, so people can live for us in and ease and come down to the coast, the experience, the southern hospitality, the southern, those type of things. So there's room for improvement, room for more dialogue and communication. So I think we have got over several challenges. We have established the time, start time, right? Okay, also, right, so I note here. So you have start and ending time. We spoke about the cooperation, which is the most important thing, adhering to the protocols and public health guidance, and also the possibility, not the possibility, of you appointing a person that represents your business who will be out there talking to the customer, walking through the crowd, say this way, you take it out, what you want, take the order, advance information or communication with your regular customers, call us, and so on. So you drive, stay in your vehicle, right? And so you don't have that congregating in front of you. So
all right, we started off with the point where we have to be in charge of the crowd and all these things, right?
yeah.
But I mean that where it'd be not a good idea to have to get somebody outside of the truck to deal with the crowd. Remember?
And easily identifiable as well.
All right, but I kind of against. Let me tell you why. First of all, we're not supposed to have nobody in front of the car because it's supposed to be calling and order and pick up. That is first of all.
You're talking about it.
I know. And the culture Trinidad and Tobago is alignment culture. So it's very hard for us to stop that. Because I being the owner of my truck telling people outside of my truck to space out and thing is like talking to carbon barrel. Nobody not listening to you until there is a police presence.
What's the solution?
The solution is we must have an authoritative figure there, which could be the police.
Okay, so that's
in a time where this been busy.
What is your protocol officer to manage this without stretch?
First, before I even give an answer to what is being asked, why is it absolutely necessary that police should be there to man big people who know what they're supposed to do,
Simple
who
question.
has agreed to doing certain things? Why would the police have to be there to ensure that?
Simple answer, man. We, as food truck vendors, make sure we tell the people questions. You can't be in front of the truck one. Spread out next day. Wait in your car next day. They're not going and do it. If they're not going and do it, we're not selling them, but they will still do it. If they don't do it in front of my car, they will do it in front of the next man's car. The simple solution is the Trinidadian mentality, is alignment mentality.
But from my experience, I am a customer manager. I personally actually go outside and talk to my customers not to stick around the truck. If you can go across the road, which is more distance from everywhere. They do listen to me. I don't know how you talk to them, but they listen to me and listen.
Some people listen to you, some people don't
go to
listen.
their cars and then I'll call them. So at least I don't see with that too much. Like, few cars that actually have a problem with congestion in front of their car. Most people tell them separate. Secondly, they say this area crossing. People from Grand Negus come on my truck to buy it. So don't say we're for the Spain day, to understand that. Secondly, we need certain things we need on the cross for sure. Electricity. We have these loud generators causing a lot of noise, a lot of pollution. It's not a very nice environment to come by. Generator here, a lot of noise. There's also a traffic issue. I think there should be an option where at peak hours at night, we can probably get that road at a one way, coming one direction, leave the other direction. And those will be peak hours after 7 in the night till 2 in the morning. These are some options. But first we need some electricity, we need some water. We get electricity, everybody comes, it's going to be much brighter. We get some lights in front of their car, they might get a TV in their car. The whole area will improve by just getting some of the basic necessities.
I just want to be critical there with the police presence. So I want to ask General King to say, 1 second please, how many officers do you have available for Shepherd's Peace Venue?
Most of from 2 p.m. until 8 p.m. I can safely say we will have a presence of 6 officers. 6 officers should be sufficient to ensure that things run smoothly. When it comes to your suggestion about the road being, that is for traffic management. Okay? But for police officers being present there, I can assure you, at least 6 officers.
So we will have have 6 officers assigned to the stretch. I will, out of this meeting, I will then write the TTPS, the Assistant Commissioner, will then know we had a meeting, and we're going to resume on Monday under these terms and conditions and ask for their input and their support. Mom, you want to say something?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So maybe we need to have more dialogue ongoing and not wait for an emergency like this to meet and listen to the chairman of the committee. So we can maybe from time to time, as I said before, let's look at planning something for the festive season. We have Christmas, we have Carnival, we have everything. Let's plan something for Christmas going to Carnival. Let's hope that this thing will more or less end and we can return to some kind of normalcy and we can do what we can do on our end to ensure that we can improve what happens on the close. So I think we have established some positives. I think we're going forward. We need your cooperation. We'll have compliance officers, you have all the facts. Before we wrap up, anything you all want to say before we wrap up? Ma'am?
Yeah. Your worship?
Yes,
Okay, the morning vending, they were saying between 11 and 12 to cut off. Which is it actually? Is it 12 or 6 or 1? If the vendors have to come in, if the vendors have to come in for 1, I believe our cut-off time should be at least 12 and not like 11. Afternoon vendors will be coming in for 2.
Yeah, that's what we get for
No, you were just saying that the cut-off time maybe just be around 11, 12.
But you could go to 12. There's no problem with going until 12.
Yeah.
And one other question, I heard the mayor was mentioning about tents and to make a different change, etc. What is it you were thinking about providing tents instead of we have to come and pack and unpack?
No. We were just saying what it was before and how it is now. It revolved to a better there were people using trailers and cars before. It was just tents and people in cars and them kind of thing selling. That's what we have?
Yeah.
Right. So it evolved now, so we're looking to bring it to a higher standard in the future. So that will be what I explain.
As the mayor was saying, the operative word is discipline. All you have to ensure discipline, or as you all say, it's not difficult. You all have to ensure discipline among all your customers. Or because if it do happens, well, then we'll have to shut down the
why you were saying police presence is that
no, well,
the police presence
would
is
be there.
not for the vendors. The police presence is to manage the really unruly crowd, because remember, you don't want to be having a conflict with somebody and it causing a hole and then the police have to leave to come to find out what's going on. So to avoid all of that, we have the police presence there. So in any better anything with the same thing, they deal with it. You know, they organize the crowd, they organize people to leave on time, and they see anybody lying around.
Monday will very much the template. What happens on Monday will dictate how we continue.
Yeah.
You all be there, I'll be there as well. Then observe and take some notes, so we can decide.
I don't feel it will be so bad like just before the lockdown, because remember when it had that lockdown, remember restaurants was open, the cross was really the only place. So you find that big. So I don't feel when everybody open up on Monday, I feel it could just be like, you know.
Monday and Friday.
Yeah.
Friday will be Friday and Saturday is real challenge. But let's be hopeful.
And think positive.
Tomorrow or whatever your progress.
Well,
We will go back to opening on this week coming here or
Monday. This why we here. Don't get people vexed now. We get to start Monday because people have to do. So I think we have before we close, is that the compliance officer what I need to say? Any requirements? This is my
it will not affect the afternoon vendors, because most of the vendors on that end, they will come out for the ice report. So it will come out to it on the next end, and the independent service side. So they will more than that, it's still good until one.
Okay. Mr. Engineer, you have anything to say?
Your Worship, morning everybody. We have small contracts that we start on Tuesday. Those contracts are, one is to refurbish the toilet, and the second is to repair the areas along the vending zone. Alright, now, that, according to what I did here now, that should not affect the construction. Alright, because we hope, I guess, from 7 to get a substantial amount of it.
Right.
So we will be doing some construction work there ongoing, improvement for the facilities and also the public health.
No, as I say, some of the vendors here say they can ensure when they speak to the customers that the customers comply, because Vincent was saying about the police, but the police wouldn't be there every single minute, you understand? They'll be right going through. So the onus is on you, as I keep saying and the mayor keeps saying, to instill discipline amongst your customers. You have customers from all over the country come and tell them, this is our livelihood, we have to comply, we have to do the social distancing, you have to make sure you have your masks, you understand? Once everybody comply and cooperate, as the mayor say, we will have no problems. Okay. We will have a smooth operation and everybody will continue, and we will have no reason to say, okay, well, things out of hand, we have to cut down, cut it.
Before you start, there's one matter we should touch on, which is the fees. You have to have a waiver in terms of the absence, and there should be some sort of waiver on our side of the chair of the committee. How are we approaching this? What decision we made on that?
We made a decision in council to waiver fees for the whole of May, and well, July. Our scheduled date was like the 1st of August. Right. So we will waiver fees for May, June, July.
Okay, so there will be a waiver of fees for that period.
Okay, I know the engineer was talking about doing repairs to some of the bays. There are some of the bays where there are probably holes and stuff that need to be repaired. Now, the engineer is saying 7 to 2, but the engineer, what he doesn't realize is that you all don't remove your cards. When the cards come in the morning, it stays until, right? So if we are to do the repairs, while when you all open from Monday, that may be the only problem. Cards may have to be moved in order for the repairs to be done on the morning period. Right? He will look at the bays that need to have the repairs done, and he will let you all know. So those persons will know that they need to remove their cards in the night, bring it back in the morning because of the repairs that have to be done. Okay?
So, Ms. King, you want that?
Well, as I said before, my officers, 6 officers will be there. It's not to say that they'll be coming there exactly at 2 p.m., but during the course of the period, coming more from 6 o'clock, my officers will be around monitoring. I don't want to give too much information so that you all will be on your best behavior. You know, sometimes like children, right? So my officers will be there at any given time. Just ensure, for me please, that your persons who are coming to pick up, put in orders, or wait, they are in their best behavior. Remember, mask up, 6 feet apart, and ensure you all are finished and are out of the crossing area by 8 p.m. Not 8:01, 8 p.m. That is just to give you all sufficient time to get home, so the highway patrols wouldn't stop you all and take it to you. Okay?
So I think that we had a productive meeting. What we need to address all your issues that you need. Let's look at going forward. Let's go collectively cooperating to ensure that we can make this something more successful on the current page. So I want to thank you for giving me time this morning, and I'm happy that we're here. I think we made one mistake. We didn't start this meeting with a prayer. Right? So we end the meeting with a prayer, and I'll ask for the people to stand, please. Meeting done. Go ahead. Oh, just one extra sweep of vendor. Mr. Engineer, is something on the floor about one outlet for a vendor. Okay, the engineer is take a note of it. So this is the engineering partners, and this is where your association, your representative, let's have more dialogue, communication, so we can get a listing of requirements in going forward, because we're preparing for the aftermath of a pandemic. Could be very much be a boost not only because in the world. When it's time for something and you suppress it for and let it go, just take off. Let's hope that this will happen and we'll get whatever it is again. So
Heavenly Father, as we close up this meeting, we thank you that your presence is here with us, that you ensured peace in this meeting, that you ensured understanding, a collective understanding, cooperation, agreement with what is to take place. Dear Lord, it is only by your strength and with your help that these things can be accomplished. So for this we give you thanks and praise. And as we are about to leave this meeting, dear Lord, we ask that you will take each person respectively back to wherever they have to go in safety, remembering that we need to protect each other and ourselves, because we would like that all of us will be able to meet again and to be able to greet each other again. This I pray in all the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Also, I would just like to congratulate his worship mayor on another year of life, having to see his birthday. So can we all happy birthday, your worship.
thank you guys. Thank you. I think they're not a bad name, right? Compton's not a bad person. But we are doing it together. Thank you all so much.
There you go.
Good morning, I am Nigel Joseph, Councillor for Springville Paradise, but today I represent the chair of the committee that handles the cross-crossing vendor. Today we had a very productive meeting with the morning and evening vendors at the close to reopen on Monday the 17th. The day vending will start at 6 a.m. and finish by 1 p.m. The evening vending shall start at 2 and members have to be off the cross by 8. So what I'm saying is, not the last order by 8, cards have to be off the cross by 8. So members call in, place the order and pick up before 8. Because remember the cards have to be out of there, or will have to cool, etc. So your last order should really be picked up at by 7. Again, it's up to you to control the crowd for us to keep the vendors on the cross. But if we go on the cross-country line, our police will shut it down. We have monitors there, we have the police there, we have members of the engineering department, public health compliance officers there. But you have to do your part. These vendors are showing us they do their part. Let us do our part to keep the cross open. Let us make it safe for everyone. Public health is councils, it's Trinidad's main concern. The worship mayor chaired the meeting, everyone left, and we are opening the cross to make it work.
Thank you. Okay, I want to join them.
Yes, the Prime Minister says vaccine is operate, so I believe it's mandatory that they have the vaccine, but due to some people health issues, some people will not want to take the vaccine. And so it all depends on an individual to make a decision.
But you yourself, you think it is mandatory? You think it should be mandatory that we must be vaccinated?
Well, you see, I wouldn't say it's mandatory. It all depends on a person's health condition. I could say yes, it is mandatory, and you might be able to take the vaccine, and somebody else might be able to take it. You understand? So it all depends on the individual.
Thanks.
Introduce yourself first.
All right, well, I am Andy from Chimichanga Mexican Grill. Right? You hear me there, bro? Oh, okay. So yeah, this morning we were called to a meeting with the mayor down to the San Fernando City Corporation. Most of the vendors were here. We had a brief meeting about all the issues that takes place on the cross and so on. And out of this meeting, we decided with the leadership of the mayor, we decided that the food vendors would be allowed to vend as normal from on Monday, as the rest of the country would be. With, of course, keeping in mind the lock-off point being at 8 because of the curfew and state of emergency at 9. So I think by and large everybody was very happy to hear that, and so that we could all get back to some form of normalcy here in Trinidad as we kick off on Monday with our food vending down on Cross in San Fernando.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Your worship, tell me a little bit about today's meeting, why this meeting was called.
Emergency meeting.
Yeah.
Well, at last Tuesday's council meeting, the council thoroughly looked at the decision made by the Prime Minister to open back to curbside vending. The area that creates some challenges for us is the crossing vending area. Because of the stretch, because of the terrain and the way it's structured, it is difficult to maintain and manage. In this respect, the vendors themselves are not at fault, but the congregating of people who assemble there, because that's really a lining spot. Based on that, the council made a decision. We cannot put the public at risk by allowing this to continue. So we visited the scene, and you know what our thoughts were at the time. And of course, the response from the vendors were a bit perturbed and disappointed because they were anticipating and expecting to come out on Tuesday. So we reached out to them based on the sentiments and said, listen, let us have a meeting this morning. Let us hear your views and your thoughts on how we can manage the crowd. They are giving the council and our superintendent of police the assurance that they are going to manage the crowd and that they do not congregate, assemble. Calls will be made, they can park in their vehicles and actually do the curbside picking up. We are going to have a full contingent of officers outside there to ensure that they follow the protocols and the public health guidelines.
So, Worship, why, you made a decision based on what the Prime Minister said, that he said he was going to open, right? And these people have said that they're not responsible for the behavior. I mean, you were the one who came up with the behavior of the citizens. We have seen since this pandemic, people have been behaving and
I don't know if people have been behaving. There's no consistency there. There are three stakeholders there. We, the corporation, with the responsibility to protect the citizens of San Fernando. The other stakeholders will be the vendors, and the most important one will be customers. The problem lies with the customers. They are the problem. So the other two stakeholders, meaning the corporation and the vendors, met this morning, and we are going to put systems in place to ensure that they do not break the law, they do not fail to comply with the public health guidelines and the protocol. So they are going to assign staff members to go out and negotiate and make calls in advance. So I think this was a positive meeting, and there's cooperation in going forward.
Tell us what was the conclusion. What is the
conclusion is that the conclusion is that they will vend from 2 to 8. 8 will be the cutoff point, and they're going to each cart will have assign a worker to manage the crowd, manage the persons. They're going to make calls to the customers. They'll park in their vehicles, they'll collect the order, and collect the food and going forward.
And Your Worship, tell me about the other areas other than the cross-crossing. We're looking at other areas.
So in Marabella area and the Cotiana, those are not challenging as cross-crossing because you see, because of how cross-crossing is almost at dead end. You know, and it's a one way and one way out, and it creates problems for us. So that's where it is. But we'll manage it, and we monitor the other areas, and if we have to make adjustments, we're going to do so. But our intention is to work with the people and to cooperate.
Now, you made mention about the reason why it was closing is because of constructions and...
No, that's not the reason. We saw a window to continue the construction of a facelift for the area, improving the toilet facility because of the window that we had there, and the release of funds. So we will also do that as well while we're going ahead.
And what are some of those modifications and conditions that you are... What is the construction?
Yeah, the roadway need to improve somewhat, the drainage need to improve somewhat, and we need additional toilets.
And is there a costing for that?
We identified some funds and got approval to go ahead with it.
What kind of costing do you look at?
It's small, I think more than $53,000.
Anything else you want to answer?
No, I want to thank the vendors for the cooperation coming out at short notice this morning and for the contribution that they made and the cooperation they're giving us.
You should be also, that was the afternoon, from the time that they're supposed to start, the evening session is from what time to what time?
From 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m.
And then there was also a morning period?
A morning from 6 to 1. Thank you.
Don't go fire till you say something.
Well, today we had a meeting with the mayor concerning the first cross and vending strip. The meeting was very successful. We had some issues regarding the crowds and things on the cross. However, we've come to an agreement and arrangement with the police, the councillors, and we have decided that on Monday vendors will be back out to work in full force, and we will follow the protocols and everything that we have discussed today so that we will have this kind of issue anymore.